Outside Real Radio HQ, we are awaiting the arrival of Jonas, who's obviously from the Jonas Brothers. He's releasing a solo single with Chris Brown, and his fans have turned up in their hundreds. Just take a look over there. Jonas is coming! That scream was for me, but Jonas will get just as equally big a scream when he arrives as well. Jonas here in Scotland at Real Radio Scotland. How are you feeling, my friend?
Feeling good, man. Thanks for having me.
I tell you what, outside the studio was just pandemonium. Is that your life, just screaming girls everywhere you go?
It depends on where I go, but yeah, I think it's been incredible to see the fan reaction throughout Europe. I mean, especially here in Scotland, to have that reaction when we get here is amazing. I'm blown away.
Can I just say that you are one of the very few artists that have taken time out to see the fans and spend time with the fans when coming to Real Radio Scotland. And I just think what you've done today was a fantastic gesture towards all those fans. You took time out for every single one of them. You spoke to them, you signed autographs, you took pictures with them. And my hat's off to you, my friend, because it must be hard work as well, because you've got a lot of fans, but you do take the time out to spend time with them.
You know what it is? I really appreciate the people that appreciate my music and appreciate what I do, so I just want to be able to give it back whatever way they want. I mean, they want photos and hugs and autographs, and that's all easy to me. So
I take it you're of the opinion, Joe, that without the fans there is no Joe.
Yeah, they got me here. You know, they were there when we first started, and the fans. I've seen a couple of those fans, same ones that I've seen when we were here like a year and a half ago. So to see that they're still here and supporting the solo project is the best feeling.
Now you've gone solo.
Solo
how strange is that? I mean, you've had your brothers for support all these years, and now here you're on your lonesome.
It's crazy. It's a different experience for sure. I mean, it's all very quick, fast-paced movement. I mean, all the promotion, all the interviews, all the touring, it's all by yourself. So I don't think I could have done it without my brother's support, but I'm having a blast, man. This whole trip has been so much fun, and late nights, early mornings, and planes, trains, and vans. So
you're doing it all, are you?
You have to.
Living out of hotel rooms and suitcases.
Oh, that's definitely my life. I actually, when I got back to LA after like touring for about 5 years, I was about to move into a hotel just because that's what I knew best. And when you start to get used to it, it's like, okay, I don't know if I can move back into an apartment or a house.
Tell us, was it always a dream of yours to go solo, or has this just come about in recent times?
It actually, it's been a dream of mine to just make music in general for a long time, and me and my brothers were all kind of on a little bit of a break from touring for so long, and we all wanted to do separate things. My older brother just got married, so he's building a house with his wife in New York. My younger brother's writing and producing for artists all over the world, and I just couldn't get out of the studio, and I was just recording and writing with other artists, and wasn't really sure if it was for myself or it was for them. And then eventually sat down with my brothers and was like, listen guys, I have this idea about making a solo project, what do you think? And they were so supportive, and they're like, go for it. So the last year I've been recording, the last 6 months really kind of cultivated the sound and found these producers and these artists that I wanted to work with. So
is there no concern from your other brothers that you might become a superstar worldwide as a solo artist and you might not need them again?
I think
is there that concern for them?
Luckily, we're still going to be a band at heart. I still have the mentality to go back eventually. I mean, not sure how long this might be, 2 records, 3 records, 4 records. You never know. I mean, like
is
you
there
said,
no time frame on this solo career? You just see how it goes.
Yeah, kind of seeing how it goes. We're not really in a rush. I mean, the single, is out now for like 2 weeks, and it's building at radio in the States, and Europe is just getting on board now too, and so it's gonna be we're taking our time with it. We're not really rushing anything, so it could be a year, it could be 6, I don't know. But definitely looking forward to making another Brothers album.
Is there a huge difference from working in a band to becoming a solo artist? And is it more enjoyable being a solo artist because you're in charge of your own destiny then? And what you want to do?
We're always on time now.
Right.
When there's 3 of us, It's always kind of bizarre because one of us is either running late or one of us is early, or it all depends. But for me, you know, I feel like it's just been a lot of fun to be able to do it like this. But of course, you miss your brothers. You know, you get to experience a lot of cities that you've never really got to see before, because when we're always traveling, you have to really run. You have to really rush. And this trip's a little busy, but you know, old enough to go out at night and stuff. So we're going to cool dinners and bars and pubs and things like that in these different cities.
So that's the brothers. Let's talk about Jonas, solo artist.
Let's talk
about when you sit down and you've gone, right, this is it. I want to become a solo artist. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want it to sound like.
Yeah.
Was that an easy decision for you? Did you know exactly what you wanted to do?
It was a long process. I mean, a year ago, I had an idea to sound like Michael Bublé. Like, that was where I wanted to go.
Really?
Like, it sounds really funny, but I love his music, and I love Frank Sinatra, and I grew up with a lot of that style of music. So I started meeting with people that really have produced his albums, that have worked with him, and then as I started writing myself, once you write, you start to go, okay, maybe it's completely different, because this is more me. This is what I'm trying to express. These are the lyrics I want to say. And the music kind of slowly changed into something a bit more radio friendly, a little bit more dance pop, a little bit a lot of what Euro pop is going towards. That's where I love, you know.
Is that an inspiration to you then?
Absolutely,
that sound?
Yeah. A lot of DJs and kind of pop music here it's so different because they accept so much sound, and I feel like that's just something that the U.S. slowly is catching on to. But here, I've always been interested. Every time I go to the hotels, I put on the top 10 station or top 10 videos to see what you guys are playing, because it's always interesting and just catches me. So
do you think that here in the UK and in Europe there's a more diverse taste in music, so there's a lot more there to play with?
I feel like there's a bit of a jump in music that you guys have that is just so impressive. I mean, everything is so eclectic when you listen to like the top 10 songs. It could be a rock song, hip hop song, and a country song, all in the top 10. And in the States, it can be, you know, there's certain markets for certain sounds, and that's just, you know, that's acceptable. But I've always been like intrigued by what you guys are doing out here. So I kind of just started working with producers like Danger and Rob Knox, who've done stuff for Britney, Madonna, Justin Timberlake.
That's impressive.
And they're doing some really different stuff, and they heard my project and kind of just sat down with them and talked about, okay, this is the kind of sound I want to go towards. And they played me about 5 songs that they thought in mind for my project, and they're like, which ones do you like? I was like, all of them. They're like, really? I was like, we're recording all of them, right? So we wrote, and then I was really able to have a hand in everything, and that was a really big thing for me.
So you went through the entire process as well when collaborating for this debut solo album. How did the collaboration come with Chris Brown for the debut single, See No More?
That one was interesting because I recorded the entire album. In my mind, I thought I was done, and I was like, all right, I'm finished. Maybe 1 or 2 more songs, but I'm pretty much done. We kind of had a single picked at the time. I went in the studio with Chris Brown, mutual friends we had, that said, hey, you should go in the studio with Chris, and somebody said the same thing to him. So we got in the studio one night. He played me about 1,005 songs that he's been writing and recording, and I played him about 30 of the songs that I've been writing. And we both were kind of laughing because we started to realize we were writing a lot of the same type of music. So we looked at each other and we were like, we need to write together. The next day we got in the studio and recorded See No More in a day, and like 2 hours time. And so it was really great, you know, and he's a fantastic musician, and I was really pleased with what the result was, and it became the single.
We played it this morning on The Breakfast Show.
Oh, thank you.
Got a great response.
Thank you very much.
Just to let you know.
That's awesome. Good to hear.
And what the fans were telling us, and I don't know if you agree with this, it's got a sound that's influenced by Justin Timberlake. It's got that kind of vibe surrounding it.
Appreciate that.
Can you see where the fans are coming off with the response
Absolutely.
we got this morning?
I can see where people are definitely relating, you know, the music and the sound. You know, for me, Justin is an inspiration, and Justin is Justin in my mind. It's hard to compare at all, but you know, I'm very pleased with that reaction. That's really awesome.
Well, they're loving it, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thanks for playing it.
No problem, mate. No, we'll continue to play it. But here we've got some fans for you.
Hi, I'm Kat from The Breakfast Show. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I've got 2 little friends with me.
Hi guys, how you doing?
This is Emma Emma and Dominique.
Hi, Emma.
Yeah.
Emma.
Dominique, nice to meet you guys.
Now, I can tell you that Emma and Dominique have been standing outside since 5 o'clock
5?
this morning.
Oh, wow, did you eat anything?
No.
Oh, man, would you like something? Okay.
Not only that, tell me what you did last night, girls.
We stayed up all night and we
Painted
made
by
some.
canvas.
Oh, my goodness. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. It means a lot. You guys are awesome.
Oh, you're getting a hug from Joel. And a question for him, haven't you? Because they've been dying to speak to you and to ask you some questions. So Dominique,
Cool.
you go first. What's your question?
If you were to ever do a solo tour, would you ever come to Glasgow?
Well, that's a
Wow.
definite yes right there. I'm going to try to come back in September, October time. Right now, we're just, running around doing radio stations, but there's a tour possibility. So
Oh.
Good question.
I'll make sure I put my mark in, and we've got to come here.
Happy with that, Dominique?
Very happy.
Okay, and Emma, you've got a question as well. What's your question?
Everyone wants to know how Winston's doing.
Winston's my dog, for those of you who don't know.
Oh.
He's doing very well. He was sick for a while.
Yeah.
He actually had he hurt his paw, and he's stepped on a little rock or something.
Alright.
And so he's been in a little cast for a while, and he's back at the vet relaxing, but he's all right. I miss him.
Aww.
Maybe next time I'll bring him with me. I'll get him a little dog passport.
And how do you think the girls have done then as celebrity interviewers? It's their first ever time in a radio
They're
station.
doing pretty well. I think we might have to hire them.
Would you like that job, girls?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
They don't even, I love it. They don't even seem like that you guys are nervous at all.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I think
It's a letter. I want to see this. I don't need to go sit. Just me. I can't even see much of it.